part of what happens here and what happens with the whole universe at large is we're in a constant flow of giving and receiving. Okay, so whenever one soul ascends to a higher level of consciousness, it instantly needs to give back to whoever was before, whoever supported that soul. So sometimes every time I make a shift, before I can come back and give you guys back the new frequency, I gotta give back to the beings that supported me while creating this new shift. So while I like click for the lives, it's like, okay, who do I need to send energy to? Boom. Who do I need to give back to? Boom, 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 boom. And then you guys get the notifications, which creates the accelerated timeline of this life getting created. So today, because I'm in such a rich state of ecstasy and bliss, I had to recalibrate with all the beings that supported the shift to this new version of frame of reality. So as I was pressing play on the video, I was going back to giving back. It's like a wind fart, isn't it? Giving back to all the beings that had supported the channel and this personality before it happened the last shift. Guys, I haven't slept in like 24 hours, and my pupils, like, you guys know when you do MDMA, the pupils are just like that. It's like my whole pupil is the size of my eyes. And that's the beauty of transmuting and alchemizing. What's the title of this? Oh, the realms. Yes, hi Teddy. Nice. We're just apparently this is a private transmission for Teddy. And for there's now 5 more people. Cool. Instantly like so when oh my god, how did I even say this? I forgot. What's this about? Okay, the realms of paradox. What is this about? Everything is and it's not. Okay, like every single crystallization of consciousness, every single expression is and it's not. Like there's no difference from whatever it's considered a hoe or an angel. There's no difference from black and white. There's no difference from cats, dogs. Like it's all an expression of God in a different flavor. Like there's no separation. There's no solidity. There's no like wrapping up. I love my background. Just a bunch of people, babies, dogs, kitties. Where the fuck am I? Adam and Eve. There's no difference between like men, women. It's so like an energy. I mean, I don't identify as a woman. I'm just like, actually, I'm more of like, I'm like the middle, like masculine and feminine. And that's why I chose this incarnation in this body. My God, how many more animals? Because I wanted to use my body and my beauty to trigger men, to wake them up into themselves. So like this whole incarnation of like using the Nikki character like in sensuality and stuff was to trigger the divine masculine into awakeness and remembrance of like of their infinite nature, because I'm more like of a guy. Like imagine like being the smartest guy. Like I feel more like James Bond. I'm like James Bond in this body. Like, okay, how can I use this super hot body to like trigger global awakening? It was so fun. So nothing is as it seems. So before the incarnation, I was like, okay, I want this body, and these are the characters, and these are the people I'm going to trigger, and like this is how I'm going to pull out energy out of like the lower astrals to support the mission while I'm like embodying the whole new codes for new earth frequency. So like I mean, it was never a distraction. Like, I was never a distraction. I was actually helping everybody. You're welcome. Yeah. So, and more today, I was like, the fuck? Whole body. Even like looking at myself naked, like, fuck, you're pretty. But like, like that feeling, I don't know if you know, but it was like, who the fuck? Like, I can't even, I'm not in my body. Okay. I'm just like all over here. So, like, when I say, look at myself, I'm just like, this is super cool. It's like, I love the avatar I shows, but that's you too. You're not really like your name. You're not a man or you're not a woman. You're just energy. Although we prefer polarities, and now like I am like in my James Bond. I'm like, okay, fuck, I'm James Bond. How can I have forgotten I'm James Bond? Now I can like play James Bond in this super cool body vessel and embody. I'm gonna play woman because I mean, I want to play woman. You want to play woman? May as well, right? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I'm not gonna, like, but I'm James Bond. Oh my god. So just like it's confusing. Anyways, so the point and how this is a benefit to you is like you're not your name and you're not your gender. You're just an energy inside the body you chose. I mean, you can play your gender, but sometimes your past incarnation you were like so feminine, and now in this one you're a man. But you have the subtleties of the feminine because you were a woman in a past life. So now like you wanted to embody the opposite. You wanted to embody how it felt to be a man, and then you're like, oh, how does this feels like, and now you have like a man's body, and but you were a woman in a past life. So you're just like, the fuck. And learning how to love yourself through like your relationships with women, and all the times like you haven't respected, honored, supported a woman, that's like a reflection of how you weren't honored and respected in the past, or how you're learning to love yourself through loving the other gender and the other polarity. Like you're learning to love yourself through loving the other polarity. That's the symbol of this thing. It was like, okay, this is the dragons of enlightenment. This is the realms of paradox. You cannot enter the kingdom if you still have judgment. If you still like look at my old photos and you're like, oh my god, she looks like a slut, or like she's showing too much, or that's God expressing itself as sensuality. It doesn't matter how much this body shows to expose or share or express. That's God expressing as that. Like there's not, if there's a speck of solidity or judgment, then that's your shit. Or the opposite too. Like if a woman chooses to be like really conservative and really like yeah, gentle, or and somebody judges like, oh, she's suppressed in her sensuality, that's still judgment. Like that's like, what are the subtleties of like judgment instead of finding the perspective that unites and abides in both perspectives? Yeah, abiding it, like this is so blah 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 blah, like there's nothing to be said. May as well just talk about something kind of like relevant and fun. But it's not even important. I'm just here like high as fuck in MDMA without having to take anything, so may as well just party. Okay, so so okay, so really think about this. Like I have a fear block in my lower spine, fear of embarrassment and bringing shame to my family. Should I just feel or do something else? These fears makes me inauthentic. Haha. Fear of embarrassment. You gotta be authentic with your family. You gotta be authentic. I was talking about this with Atlas yesterday before our live interview. If you haven't seen it, it's really really potent. Check out Simulation, the interview I did yesterday. Anyways, I had a conversation with my birth father like a month ago where he was coming from his old self, saying like, "Hey, I'm going through this, and I went to the doctor, and you know, my head." And when I was 16, he had a stroke, and he had to, out of like suppressed anger, so that's been his journey, anger suppression, and then like calibrating into illness, and then like having to go to the hospital. So the catalyst manifested again like 2 months ago. It was like a test to like see where I was at with my authenticity. And he reached out expressing like, I didn't want to tell you, but I have been in the hospital. And in the past, he would have used that as a hook to like me validating pity or like, oh, poor you. But now I know that he's just dealing with his own anger suppression, that he's healing. And the best opportunity that I could have given him in that moment was was responding with my new authentic version of self, as if in the past I would have been like, oh, poor you, what happened? Like, I'm here for you. Now I was like, here's a picture of a monkey. And I sent him like a picture of a monkey and the truth. He's like, did you hear what I said? And I didn't even respond. I was like, hi, I love you, song. And I sent him a song because that was my authentic response. Like, I felt no shame, no guilt, no. And then it's like the Matrix twitches for a little bit like this, like, and then he's like, oh, you're not agreeing with my conditioning. I'm not finding people pleasing habits from her. I'm not like receiving validation. Oh my god, my identity, my who am I? So I'm serving him because that's the process that's happened inside of him. And then I just stay consistent in my new vibration, and he has no other choice but to shift. So at the end, after I'm looking at how you hold the vibration, you just open the conversation. That's an open telepathic portal to the person. And you stay true in your conviction. You don't even have to respond. He shifted. And he was like so grateful that I sent him that song, and he sent a heart. And that supported more his healing instead of me being like in lowering my frequency to indulge in his narrative of I'm sick and I'm gonna die and I need you to pity me. Right? Like that wasn't it. He wasn't coming from there. I'm just exaggerating the situation. He actually didn't want it to worry me. But I'm using this as an example of extreme so you can use this in any situation with your family life. Like you're doing a disservice to your family. Who I am, this is what I'm gonna do. You're offering family a platform for them to follow you through that. So secretly in the ethers, they're waiting for you to not confront them, but for you to stand in your ground. The conditioning is the one that wants you to stay small, but their soul actually wants you to challenge them because they're gonna benefit more. Like even beyond this lifetime, what benefits them more than you conforming to like the good child or the good whatever, like good girl, good boy, is for you to break through the barriers, self-imposed barriers of limitation, lack, scarcity, control, and to give them the opportunity to liberate themselves into further enlightenment and self-realization, because that's what they take in the next life. They don't take you as a son or as a child or as a daughter. They take their liberation and how far they accomplish or allow their soul's evolution. Sound. Oh, okay. What about now? So high frequency. Good. It's a glitch in the matrix. That's funny. Okay, so what was the last thing that you guys heard? And I'm gonna like recalibrate it. Although in the recording, it's gonna be there. God's like, how bad do you want it? And you guys are like, okay, project good Wi-Fi, project good audio, project good. Thank you guys. You got new stream. Oh, but it's working though. Did you experience reality as 364K no center like Frank Jank? Yes. Right now I do. Fuck. It's so epic. It's so epic. I mean, boundless limitlessness. That's why we're going to build the New York communities. That I shared in my Instagram stories. If you don't yet follow me on Instagram, the link is in the description. Although I think everybody here it's already in the James Bond theme, in the X-Men castle. Yet we're building those infrastructures, technologies, and okay. So bring out your wherever you left off, Teddy. Where was the last code that you received? I don't I don't know what it's like a direct channel. So just ask again the Mirage to see what it says because I'm already over it. Hmm. Oh yeah, my dad. Well, now he's healed. So project that my father is healed. Let's do that first. To give him gratitude. Maybe that's why it cut off. Yes, let's do that. Let's send because actually he deserves our love and gratitude for having supported me for so many years. So let's send. His name is Ciro Ortega. Healing frequencies of gratitude for having supported this baby that now is supporting you. Maybe that's why it cut off. We had to send him gratitude. Thank you, Ciro Ortega, for supporting the journey so we can all heal together and open up into higher bliss and higher realities. Thank you. Let's imagine my father, my birth father, healed. Let's imagine him healed. Thank you, Ciro Ortega, for blessing us with this monkey gut. Okay, that's why it cut off. See how reality works? Because it's not like the Godhead, like, thank you. Angels, archangels, beings of light, they're like, they cut the transmission when you need to give back. And then now there's an opportunity. So now that you all contributed to like send him the gratitude, now you have the karmic merit. And now Teddy or anybody else can ask a question and receive it because we just gave back. That's the flow of giving and receiving. Every single healing thought and intention affects the person. Life is just in perfect balance. Always, always, always in perfect balance. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you, Reflection. Thank you, everybody, for supporting my dad's healing. Really warrior soul. Okay, I can come back to this. So, authenticity. See, now they gave me the information. So funny. Now they're like, okay, now you can speak. It's kind of like that. It's odd. And who's they? It's just like energies that are flowing through the vessel. By doing the internal shadow work and connecting more with your high self, authentic self reality will confirm to your new beliefs. This is how you activate your city's divine spiritual gifts. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. Don't do it for the cities, though. It's a trap as well. Don't do it for the cities. Okay, back to Teddy's question that inspired the blessing for Ciro Ortega. Thank you very much, everybody. Seeing him healed. Okay, so when I responded from authenticity, I sent him a song and I expressed and I said, thank you. I said, what did I say? Let's read it. What did I say? I said, thank you. He was sharing something else, and I was, thank you for being my father and bring me to this world to give me the opportunity, he's online, to reach the celestial realms. This is where I abide now, and it's so beautiful. Everything is technicolor, and I can feel the presence of God. And I sent him this. He's online. I'm gonna send him this. It's like a sweet baby. And in his name, it says abundance. He always represented abundance to me. He always supported me. How beautiful. Okay, now that that's done, when anybody in your family, it's bringing out old conditioning, they actually want you to reflect back at them. They want you to reflect back at them the high frequency of your new set intention. So let's say that you want to break free from an old pattern. You want to break free from the shame, from the guilt. You got to stay true in your reflections with your birth family. Like now, I can share, like, thank you so much because I authentically feel grateful. But before, when I still had to heal resentment, fear, lack, scarcity, I couldn't because he needed to reflect back at me my own self judgments. He's me. Like I chose him to heal and transmute that aspect of the karmic imprint of the collective. So if you feel that you feel a contraction in your lower back, that's what you were sharing. To move, that means moving forward. You feel like it's like spiritual jacket that's preventing you to take action. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to ask for permission. You don't need to tell your father or your mother in this lifetime what you're gonna do. When I left, the first time I left to Colombia, I didn't even say anything to anybody. When I embarked in my spiritual quest to test all my concepts actual direct experience, into actual direct experience, I just left. And then my family was like, "Where are you, Nicole?" And I'm like, I didn't even respond. And after a week, I was like, "I'm in Colombia." They're just like, I didn't even said goodbye because I was so bound to their reflections of lack, scarcity, conditioning. I still didn't truly believe in every cell of my being on the infinite abundance and the interdependence of life. Yes, yes, yes. See how it works? Instantly I got your reflection because you had to send the blessing. That's how it's gonna work when you take the leap and go and travel and do whatever it is that your soul's calling you to do. You instantly get what you need. Everybody gets what they need from the person they needed in the moment that's needed, and then reality balances itself out. It's a circle of interco-creation. It's just infinite abundance. Infinite abundance. Well, let's imagine everybody Teddy in Bali. Let's all imagine Teddy in Bali. Let's all set the intention. Imagining Teddy in Bali. How beautiful. And then when he's there, Teddy and we can make a video, assume, and post it here and give gratitude to everybody. And then somebody else can set their intention and we imagine them and we keep creating the flow of abundance. And we all support each other in our manifestations. Fuck yes. Free energy, unconditional love. Okay, so back to what I did. I knew that if I told my birth father and my birth mother I was gonna go to Colombia with like what $1,000. That's all I had. But I'm like, okay, Colombia is cheap, so I'm just like, I'm gonna figure it out. I did figure it out. And somebody flew there to support me when I hit like a wall. Like instantly they were like, hey, a friend, like I'm gonna go see you. Like if you hit a wall, somebody's gonna go there and support you. Literally, you send a signal. Watch the video I did with interview with Atlas yesterday. I'm gonna post it here. Talks about like how I co-create infinite abundance effortlessly just by sending signals of support and being open to receive support. So oh, this is so cool. I'm so grateful. Feel so soft. So I couldn't tell them that I was gonna leave. I just left because they would have told me like, oh, you're gonna run out of money, you're gonna die, somebody's gonna kill you, you're gonna get raped, you're gonna like be careful, everything's dangerous, conditioning, conditioning, conditioning. So I had to transmute the conditioning. So it's like the only way I'm gonna truly go for this, like a fuck yes, is if I don't tell anybody. So I left. And they had no other choice but to like trust that I was gonna be okay. And then they shifted into just praying for me. They were like, okay, now that she didn't even ask for permission. She just left. The only thing they could do, they truly loved me unconditionally, which their souls do. Your parents love you unconditionally, even if they don't show it because of the lack program, their soul wants the best for you. So they're gonna like support you. Even if in the 3D it's not manifested, communicated support, their souls are supporting you and they want you to choose yourself. No more people pleasing habits. Choose yourself. Nice. So I'm excited for Teddy's photo or video in Bali. Like, hi everybody, I'm here. Fun. This outfit makes no sense. Think about it. It's like this makes no sense with that background. It's like a glitch. That's the video symbol. The realms of paradox, the guardians of enlightenment. It is and it's not. It's dark and it's light. It's soft and it's fierce. It's a nun and it's a slut. It's like God and it's the devil. It's like, what if everything is just neutral and meaningless? What if we stop giving a shit about like the subtle self judgments, the subtle misperceptions, the subtleties of everybody's like realm of reality, and we all agree that all perspectives are equally valid. All perspectives are true. All perspectives have power. It's just God getting to know itself from infinite perspectives. God getting to know itself from infinite perspectives. So it doesn't matter what this spiritual teacher says, what this other spiritual teacher says, who's roasting who on Instagram stories, who's responding to who's it's all God getting to know itself and dancing with itself and having an experience. And the person that responds with the utmost neutrality and unconditional love, that's the perspective that I'm like, that's sweet, that's delicious. But God sometimes is fierce. God sometimes is a rat. Not rat, rat. WRATH. Divine justice, anger, rage. Because when we stand for truth, we're not passive, we're assertive. When we stand for truth, we're not passive, we're assertive. Why do most hate the simplicity of the child state, wishing to battle ego in competitions? Okay, guys, the ego is never gonna go away. We just purify it. Like my new ego, like when you like fully empty, I'm just like, oh, what's my preferred ego? Okay, Cleopatra Bond. Fuck yes, that's my preferred frequency. You just create a new ego. It's like you have infinite suits, and you're like, which suit I want to wear today? And it's so authentic and it's so open, yet it's discerning. Like you have boundaries, yet it's just like intuitively discerning, and you're just yourself. And who's yourself? You're boundless, limitless, infinite. If I choose tomorrow I want to play a different character, I just choose a different configuration. Tomorrow I'm like, I want to play Lucy from the movie Lucy, or I want to play Mila Kunis from Black Swan, or I want to play. It's like that. It's like your movie, and every day without the conditioning, you get to choose which suit you want to put on. Although we all have an authentic core frequency, and my authentic core frequency is Cleopatra Bond. I'm using those symbols, but yet it's like this queen-like, fierce, potent, assertive energy, dangerous, edgy, fun, sexy, wild. Like that's my unique frequency. What's your unique frequency? Like it doesn't look like mine. Just like find what's like your true authentic self. What's the core of who you really are, and like stay true to that. And what's that? That's you without the conditioning. That's you without the neurosis. That's you without like what am I gonna do? Like when you just trust and relax, your core authentic frequency shines from you. Yeah. But that's why I'm here. The whole like unhealed childhood trauma, the is why we're doing these lives and these remote healings and these containers and these clearings. So we all get over our la, la, la. We all get over our bullshit. That's all bullshit. Yet the nerves need to know it. So this is something you need to keep reconditioning your bloodstream, your nerves into the knowing. of your true essence, and you're infinite. You're like unconditionally loved. Every single aspect of you is completely loved and completely accepted. Like, doesn't matter how you may judge it as like embarrassing or shameful or guilty or prideful. When you show me, at least to me in my eyes, when you show me those aspects of yourself, I just feel the utmost unconditional love. I'm just like, how can you not love that? Like, I'm just like, how can you not love it? It's so lovable. It's so juicy. It's so sweet. It's so fierce. So authentic. Like, that's what makes me fall in love with people. Rise in love. I mean, what is falling in love? That's a whole series. That's what makes me bond with someone into a secure, healthy, co-creative collaboration of friendship or whatever it is. Like, when I see their authentic self, and when they love that, when they're like in humility, they show me like the darkest corners. To me, they are like beautiful. To me, like, I'm just like, that's so cute. And that's so strong of you to show me that. Like, to me, that's magnetic. That's like so attractive from my divine motherly self. I'm just like, oh, sweetie pea, I love you. That's what I feel when I see your dark corners. And at the same time, then I have this James Bond energy, like, okay, but you know, go on, shoot your shot, go and do your shit. So isn't that? I mean, it's perfect. Ah, fuck, I love myself. I'm like, this is the perfect configuration of consciousness. Half divine mother, half James Bond. What else do I want out of life? So you can do the same. Choose your perfect configuration of consciousness. And don't flinch. Stay consistent. And then one day it's just like crystallized. And you're like, holy fuck, like, how did this happen? Yeah. Perfect. You're perfect. Your infinite nature is perfect. Perfect love, perfect bliss, perfect oneness. Perfect love, perfect bliss, perfect oneness. You are the divine mother and you are the divine father. You have your own divine mother inside of you and your own divine father. You are the mother and father of the mother and father. You are your own inner authority. You are your own inner authority. You don't need permission from me, from any spiritual teacher, from any book, from any guru, you are the king. You are the queen. You are the kingdom. And when you own that in every cell of your being, you shift into the reality where you are in the kingdom. You are you are it. It is you. We're all God. There's a Godhead that we travel to at night to recharge our source energy, which is the heart. But we're connected from the heart to the Godhead. And we're all equal children of the Godhead. But here in this simulation, this 3D reality, we're all aspects of God in equal king queen energy. Like, we're all kings, we're all queens. Some people just forgot. There's no hierarchy, there's no specialness. Nobody's more than, less than. Nice. Just got $3,000 in my bank account. Fuck yes. It's like notification. Cool. See, things like that. I'm like having a fun time. Money comes in, love comes in, joy comes in, healing for my father comes in. Like, intention for Teddy comes in, so he goes to Bali. You all guys like here having fun, interacting with yourself. Like, we all win. When you're in integrity and in truth and you follow your heart's resonance, you're always gonna be supported. Always. 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 Don't even know who sent me that nor for what, but it's there. Fuck yes. The people that can get the realms of paradox cannot experience the kingdom. because those are the dragons of enlightenment. They're here before the mind's eye, and they are like with fires, like here, like this, guarding the gates. Once you see through it, once you see through the mirage of like the girl that shows her body in bikinis, and you don't see her as Anandamayisma, as already the divine mother because she chooses to express herself in sensuality, you're not in your inner kingdom authority, fully openness, realms of paradox. That's still judgment. When you see a homeless person in the street that could be liberated and in bliss and ecstasy, you just don't know. They're choosing to play the role of being homeless in the street and they're actually liberated. And you think that they're not a king because they're in the street, you haven't crossed the realms of paradox. Everybody's a king, everybody's a queen, and everybody's God playing itself in different configurations of light. There's no judgment. You get to choose your movie and play the movie you want to play as God. And God loves everybody equally. Doesn't matter how many times you fuck up, how many times you mess up. He loves you so unconditionally that he's always there, like, when are you going to receive my unconditional love? Like, he has his hands open for you while you're fighting here, like your own self. And he's here, like, hey, I love you. Thank you guys for joining the paradox. I love when, like, when we're like more people here, it's more potent. So as long as you own what you do and what you are, nobody can tell you shit. People tell me like, oh, but you're like being like a hoe, or you're being this, or you're being too showy. I was like, yeah, so what? I love it. Or if I tell somebody like, oh, you should be ashamed of yourself, you're being this, you're being that, and then they get contracted and like, well, that was the best thing they could respond to, that reflection. But when you own who you are and you know your God and unconditionally love, doesn't matter how you choose to express that in the physical. Nobody can tell you shit. You're gonna be like, cool, bro, cool for you. And like, nobody can tell me shit. I'm already in bliss. And I want that for you. Nobody can tell you shit. Choose yourself. Thank you. Thank you for recognizing yourself in it. I'm always just playing a role. Yes. Playing chess naked in the Garden of Eden. Fuck yes. Why not? Could be a timeline where we're all like naked in the Garden of Eden and it's not sexual. It's not like perverted. It's not like, wow, like look at her naked body. Let's go back to innocence when that was pure. When that wasn't like, wow, she's showing herself too much. She should be married before doing that. Bullshit. In the Garden of Eden, we're all like babies and there's no perversion. There's no like, wow, boobs, wow, ass, wow. I mean, it's like, it's fucking skin. What's the difference from boobs and ass, like from my cheek? It's fucking skin, blood, and nerves. Haha, I got another session. More money. Fuck yes. This money keeps coming in. Ah, cool. Just talking about like why we should all be naked in the Garden of Eden. I love my life. So yeah, that's all bullshit. Do whatever the fuck you want, as long as you're in integrity. You're not harming anybody. You're owning your authentic frequency. Do whatever the fuck you want, and you'll be supported and you'll be provided for. Just dropped my tobacco. I'm like, money comes in. This is amazing. Mic drop. Life is good. So that's exactly what's going to happen to you, Teddy, in Bali. You go to Bali. This is working. I'm just gonna keep empowering you and see how much more money keeps coming in. Like this is working. Um, and then you just sit there and things like this are gonna happen. Like you're gonna get messages on Instagram, you're gonna get opportunities, you're gonna get friendships, you're gonna get relationships, people, circumstances, ideas, creativity, and it's gonna flow. But we gotta take the step. We gotta be bold. We gotta be courageous. Using like, thank you for sharing your story. He's been an example for all of you to empower yourself, to trust in your. He's like, oh, I'm in Bali and abundance is flowing in. Yes, thank you. Every ounce added to the intention, to the desirability, every ounce added to the intention propels the manifestation and crystallization of that into the physical. How can I buy your book? See, and now then I get this question that keeps empowering the manifestation of the book. That's how reality works. God's using that being as a vessel to give me more energy so the book keeps being manifested. That's how reality works. On Amazon soon. What do you guys want the name of the book be? Let's make it super funny. The nothing. Dot. It's just like a black book with like a dot. Oh my god. Whatever arises. What happens when you stop transacting and scheming? The cosmic book of nothing. Whatever arises, what happens when you stop transacting and scheming? Transacting and scheming is all the place of the ego to get energy or validation or approval so it can get gain or feel empowered, falsely empowered. But when there's no scheming and transacting and you can just be yourself and love yourself for who you are, then you're open for whatever arises. See, this call is just a whole simulation of nothing that just happened to bring me two checks of monies, a healing for my birth father, an empowering intention and crystallization of Teddy's dreams, and you guys creating my book. Like, think about that. And everybody else that's being served by this, and the people that are gonna watch this. Like, this is the mirage. This is God loving itself, expressing itself, serving itself, supporting itself. This is the flow of abundance live showing you how like, I mean, what else do you want me to show? I mean, it's like, if this is not the perfect direct experience of any solidity of fear that's telling you this is not real, I don't know what else do you want to see. Holy fuck. Literally, holy fuck. Nicole, I was trying to apply Neville's Goddard imagination technique to manifest, but finding quite and I'm like, what's your tips for Neville Goddard manifestation? Everything that I just said. You see, the question answered itself before even the question gets asked. Think about that. Think about that. That's how powerful we are. I already knew the answer. I know nothing. The answer already flew through me before the question gets asked. That's how fast we can manifest and come from the end. The answer happens before the question. Holy shit. You like to surf. It feels like we should chill. This guy said we're going too fast. Money, abundance, healing. To Mirage. You like to surf. You know what? I have a surf beat. Okay, let's tone it down. Thank you. Sacred container, angels, archangels, beings of light, healing frequencies, infinite manifestations, support of the fire, earth, water, air. fire, earth, water, air, which is the elements, and the angels move the elements to support the beings with the purest hearts. Okay? The angels choose, archangels, they choose who they give more energy to. When your intention is pure and you want to serve the whole, they give you faster Wi-Fi, they send you the monies, they send you the people, they send you the questions, they send you the opportunities. Because the higher you ascend in frequency, the higher your actions serve the whole. So God's like, oh, I can just bless this person, and through this person, I can use this person as a channel so it can bless other portions of myself. So when you tell God that you're ready to become a channel of His will, to be an awake agent of God's will, then He's going to support you because He's you supporting yourself. Because now you open the bulb. You're not closing the bulb and giving from a contracted state of scarcity. You're opening the bulb and trusting that you are a channel of God's will. So you will be supported because you would know who to support after you got supported. So it's like an instant flow of remuneration of energy. That just came out after I said we should chill. I mean, if that's chilling, holy fuck. This is going to be so fun, guys. This is already like amazing. Like, how much more epic can it get every day? Celebration. Every fucking moment, celebration of our divine inheritance. Yes, I love to serve. Back to the question after we should chill. Epic download. Okay, now, yes, I'm excited to get a surfboard because I have a beachfront. Like, this is, I love my life. I love my house. I love everybody. I love you guys. I'm so grateful. I have like a river behind me and like forest land. And like in front of me, there's like the most epic beach with the most perfect waves. So I'm in my own Garden of Eden. It's so beautiful. Yet I haven't surfed. I will. I have eternity. Pacific side. I'm in Playa Benao, Pedasi. Super beautiful. Like if you Google it, Playa Benao, Pedasi, Panama, you would see like the cove. It's like an S. It's so beautiful. It's like it looks like the Bermuda Triangle. We're like in the middle of nothing. I mean, we're always in the middle of nothing. We're in infinite space. We're floating in infinite space. But that's the cool thing about like we get to choose which frames of space we want to abide in. And I feel complete. So thank you guys for supporting yourself by tuning in courageously in your authentic truth and choosing yourself frame to frame so you can keep crystallizing your prosperity consciousness and attuning yourself to the reality of New Earth that already exists with a version of you that's abiding in that consistent co-creating flow of abundance. So just shift into that frame that it's already existing. It's not hard. You don't have to work for it. It's free flow. Shift into the frame that already existed. Nice. Bought a property. Fuck yes. Thank you. I'm activating that. We just bought a property. Whoop, whoop. Cool. Okay. I have one space left for my 12-12-12 portal starting December 12th. I already have 2 souls on birth, on board, on birth. Same thing because we're birding a new reality. We're going to accelerate. It's like jumping into a Mario Kart super speed. You know in Mario Kart when you have like the thing that you just go fast, like fast track? It's a month of fast track manifestation of your deepest heart's desires, plus deconstruction and purification of your ego to create your ideal avatar and lifestyle design in the mirage. So, thank you, my love. So excited to be there with you. And it just got created by you guys. I'm like, so there's one space left. And I'm not just taking anybody. So if that's of interest, send me your intentions to see if it aligns with the frequency of the already group that is created. And money alone won't get you in. You need to have the frequency. Okay? It's more about the frequency that you're bringing into the table, not the money. Okay. Nice. Love you guys. Namaste. And at the same time, fuck yeah. See? Namaste. Fuck yeah. It's the same thing. Bye.